Here we go. All right, you have a female. Oh, so Alexandria, you haven't had a medium reading from me before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect, hopefully, with someone that's connected to you in spirit. Sometimes, as Roseflower well knows, sometimes the person who comes through ends up being for somebody else, but most of the time that doesn't happen. So I'm attempting to connect into someone on the spirit side for you. I will get as much information as I can about that person, evidence wise. If the evidence is fitting or not fitting, just let me know. Don't try to give me too much information yet. Once I get evidence and we figure out who the person is, then I go in and get a message for you from that person. Okay. All right, so we said it's a female. She seems grandmotherly, but she seems kind of young for a grandma. Which, don't take that the wrong way. Like, not meaning that she was. Well, to be honest, I don't know what that means. But the way that I was interpreting it was kind of like what it felt like was the grandmother and the mother were closer in age. Like the grandmother might have had the mother at a young age, is what it felt like. Um, so let me write that down because that's what it felt like, close in age. And I'm also not going to look at the chat for a while, but you feel free to put stuff in there, whether things fit or don't fit. I don't look at the chat until I'm done with my evidence. Okay. Okay, so female, grandmotherly, close in age to mother. All right. I kind of feel like I'm in a space, like I'm in a house. And it smells good. Like it has maybe incense or candles or potpourri or something where it makes the space smell good. I also feel like it's kind of dark inside of the room. Like there's curtains drawn. There's definitely an armchair. And at first I thought it was like a living room, but I think it might be a bedroom. Yeah, okay, so I see a bed. It's like the bed is in the middle of the room and it kind of sticks out from the wall, like into the room. And then there's an armchair over here. Like the bed's here, there's an armchair here. I also see a table with like like a lace doily thing on it. And there's a cup, I wanted to say coffee cup at first, but it could be a teacup. All right, so let me write all that stuff down. Okay, so I was in a bedroom, bed middle, armchair to side, table, doily. I don't know how to spell doily. Coffee or teacup. And there was some smell, like a smell, good smell, but it was dark with curtains. So I feel like I was in a space that belongs to this person, or this space could belong to someone related to this person. All right, let me see if I can figure out. That was so much information, but it was specifically a place. Let me see if I can figure out how this person passed, and then I'll ask for a name, and then I'll look at the chat and see if any of this made any sense. Okay. I heard the word stroke, but I also went to my heart. So it could be a combination of the two, or that there was a heart issue and then a stroke kind of made it, you know, exacerbated it, or that was what caused the end. Okay, let me see if I can get a name. So for those of you who've been in here with me through my last few readings, reading nights, names aren't my strong suit. The more I do it, the better I get at it. I've been doing okay with initials though. So even if the name isn't right, don't get hung up on the name, but initial might be correct. Okay. I definitely am feeling like it's an M. I want to say Marie. That's my grandma's name though. It could be Mary, Marie, Marjorie. It's definitely an M. And that could be her name or someone associated with her. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, let's see what I missed. Okay. Hi, Stevie Me. Thank you for joining the queue. Your grandmother died young. Okay, so Alexandria, you probably typed that in quite a while ago. Hey, Frosty. Did any of the other stuff make sense for that particular grandmother that you were thinking about? Did that room make any sense to you? Like, does that room sound like a room that's familiar to you? And was stroke or heart attack part of how she passed? Or I said heart attack, but I meant just heart issues. And what about the M initial? And keep in mind, all of that stuff doesn't have to be linked to her. It could be related to her. Okay, yes, the room makes sense for that grandmother. Awesome. Does M fit, or stroke or heart issue? That room came through really strong. Like I really felt like I was there. Which is fun. Okay. She passed out and went to a coma. That's interesting. All right, well, if you don't know for sure, that's fine. What about an M initial? Does her name start with an M, or is someone related to her start with an M? Ran out of room on this page. Turn it over. Hey, Wanderer. No M. Okay. I do feel like this is her. Since you said she died young, were you able to meet her, or did she pass before you were born? I feel like she passed before you were born. Oh, M is a nickname. You call my mom Marmy. Yeah, that's it. When you were 5. Okay, so you probably don't have a lot of memories of her. Yeah, Marmy. That's totally it because I kept getting MAR. Yeah. Okay. This is definitely her. Okay. So now we gotta figure out what she would like to tell you. Okay, my dear. What would you like to tell Alexandria? All right, I'm just writing stuff down. Okay, so I was getting some things, and then I was getting some clear messages, and then I saw some imagery, and then it was like I felt like I needed to try to go back to the message, but then I got stuck. So, I used to call her Ma, so that's 2 M's. Okay, cool. All right, so this is what I was getting first, and then I saw some things. And so this is what I got. So I felt a very strong sense of love, and she's very proud of you specifically. And then when you said that you didn't get a lot of time with her, that is definitely your, like, yes, you didn't get a lot of time to spend with her, but from her perspective, she's always been there. Like, she's been with you the whole time. And she mentioned, um I feel like she mentioned siblings. Like, do you have brothers or sisters? Or I kind of feel like it might just be one sibling. If so, she's also acknowledging them. And then when I got to then this happened. I saw a basket, and I saw like sewing needles. And which is kind of like going back to evidence things. But hey, Mikey. But if it came in with the message, then that's part of the message. We just have to figure out what it means. So did she sew, or hydrate? Thanks. Lemonade. Was she a sewer? Was your mom a sewer? Do you sew? Does somebody sew? Or is there something that has to do with a basket? I felt like it was a sewing basket, like it was a wicker woven basket. I'm hoping this makes sense, because I was like feeling the message, and then it was like, bam, there's a basket. Oh, there's a sewing needle. Oh God, what do I do with this? So hopefully this makes sense to Alexandria. Okay. Okay, she used to sew. All right. Well, let me go back in and see what she wants to say about the sewing. All right. Somebody has something of hers. I want to lean towards somebody has something that she sewed, but I'm feeling like somebody's got the sewing stuff, like the things that you make, like the she's somebody has the basket. Oh, hey. Hadn't seen you in a while. I'm doing all right. How are you? Canesbrock. I am still doing reading, so you get right in that, right in the queue there. Um. Okay, so she's like leaning me towards the actual sewing stuff. So I don't know if I mean I kind of feel like I'm picking up on something about being creative or making things, crafty, artsy stuff. Um I don't know if that's something that you do already and that you share that connection with your grandmother. It doesn't have to be sewing. It's like any where you making anything. Um is do you I guess in order to figure out the whole message here, I have to like do you make things? Are you a creative person? You make stuff or you create art or music? You've been told you need to be creative. Okay. That's kind of what I was feeling. Okay. Let me go back in one more time and see what she has to say because she's definitely leaning towards this whole being creative thing. And then we'll try to wrap this up. All right, so I saw like a paintbrush, like a pen. Um, I also see someone dancing. So I think between the sewing, the dancing, the painting, the either writing or drawing, um, Grandma's trying to say yes, you need to do something creative. Hey, Hufflepuff Dork. Um, so she's pushing you to be creative also, which to me, if people have told you that you need to be creative and your grandmother is letting us know that she also thinks that you need to be doing something creative, to me it tells me a couple of things. One, that you're probably you probably have some negative emotions that come up regularly. Either you have anxiety or you get depressed easily. And then also that you're not fulfilling like your true self. Like you're holding yourself back from doing something, probably from the anxiety. So, so let's try to wrap this up in a nice little bow here. in order to, one, feel fulfilled in life, to release sadness, depression, anxiety, there's something or multiple things that you should be doing to be true to yourself, like following your truth. And I kind of feel like you might have already thought about it or stumbled on it, or but you were like anxious about trying it. And Grandma's here to tell you that now's the time. Now's the time to do those things. It's time to get started. Self-doubt. Yep. Well, word of advice, just from life, not psychically or anything. You can't get better at something unless you try first. And if you give yourself so much self-doubt and anxiety about doing something and you never start it, you can never get better at it. So Grandma's here to tell you, all right, my dear, it's time to get going. There's something you're supposed to be doing and you're holding yourself back. So it might take a little while to figure it out, and you might try a few different things till you get there, but you definitely need to start doing something, and it has to do with being creative. Okay, Alexandria, that was good. Okay, so it was your grandmother, and we did have an M, and the room was right, and the meaning, the message was good. That was a good message. Okay. All right, Alexandria, I hope that was helpful. Thank you. Oh my goodness, what just happened? Thank you for letting me read for you, and thank you to your grandmother for coming in. I think we need to clean up the queue here before we get started on the next one. Okay, so